Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. All right, so we are dealing with some prime factorization, which I love. I don't know why. I think it's such a great topic. Okay, here we go. 125 is a composite number because you can make 125 in more ways than just 1 times 125. The great thing about prime factorization is I really don't mind. There are lots of ways you can make these, but only one final answer. So you think about what works for you. I am remembering that 5 times 25 makes 125. And let's see, if it helps you, you can write out your first few prime numbers at the top just so you don't forget. The only even prime number is 2, 3, 5, 7. And at this point, I just kind of count to myself, like 8, no, 8's an even number. 9, no, I can make that by 3 times 3. 10 is an even number. 11, oh, no, that's the only way I can make 11 is 1 times 11. 13 is also a prime number. 14's even. 15 is composite because you can do 5 times 3. So you can write out your first few. That's probably going to hold us. And let's see, you see a 5 right there, which means you are going to circle the 5. You circle the prime numbers because it's not really helping you to break down 5 into 1 times 5 because you didn't break anything down, really. It's still a 5. 25 is made up of 5 times 5. So your answer for the prime factorization is 5 to the power of 3. This is your work. This is your answer. You need both. 240. I personally love it when they end in a 0 because I just say 24 and 10. You could have done 2 and 120. You could have done 4 and 60. You have 30 and 8 or 80 and 30. There's so many options. But pick whatever works best for you. Keep breaking them down until you get, oh look, that's a prime number. Then you can circle it. That's a prime number. You can circle it. 4, not a prime number. 6 is not a prime number. 2 and 2, that makes 4. Those are prime numbers. 2 and 3, that makes 6. Those are prime numbers. So then we want to go least to greatest. The smallest circled number is a 2, so I'm going to start with a 2. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2's, so that's 2 to the power of 4, times a 3, and times a 5. I like to cross them out as I go because then I know that I've used up every single one of those prime factors. So this whole thing is my answer, and I'm not going to multiply it because guess what? I'd end up with 240. So I'm not asking what the answer is. I'm asking how do you express 240 using only prime numbers and only multiplication. So you're going to keep going with your prime factorization. You've got 320, 99, 210, and 74 on the back. This is another mistake problem you need to fix. So we had 2/5 divided by 8/9. And we wrote 5 over 2 times 8 over 9. You need to tell me what went wrong. Sometimes, honestly, it's easiest to just rewrite the problem and solve it how you know it's really supposed to be solved. So literally, I'm just like, with my hands like covering up the problem so that I'm not looking at what's printed on the page, and I'm just saying, okay, what do I know I have to do? I'm going to keep, change, flip. Keep it the same. Change it to the inverse operation to multiplying. Flip, find the reciprocal. Then I'm going to multiply. You can see here at this level with the little 4 and the little 1 that are red on my screen. I did not print it in color for you guys. That there are little cross-outs. That's because they are simplifying before they multiply. So I see that 2 and 8 are both divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now you've got 9 times 1 is 9. 5 times 4 is 20. So this is what you know the answer should be. You need to explain to me in complete sentences what this person did wrong. The cooking time for a ham is 2/5 of an hour for each pound. How long should you cook a ham that weighs 2 3/4 pounds? For each pound. So that's 2/5 of an hour, 2/5 of an hour for the next pound, 2/5 of an hour for the next pound, 2/5 of an hour for the next pound, 12 times and 3/4 of one more time. This is a times problem. 2/5 times 12 and 3/4. You are not allowed to multiply mixed numbers. You must change them to fractions only. So you're going to need to change this before you multiply. Simplify your final answer. Ooh, part B. Dinner time is at 5:45 p.m. What time should you start cooking? Oh darn, I guess we need the whole answer. All right, so up here we have 2/5 times 4 times 12 is 48, 49, 50, 51 fourths. Now I'm going to simplify before I multiply. Divide 4 by 2, that's 2. Divide 2 by 2, that's 1. So we end up with 51 tenths of an hour, which is kind of hard to think about. So let's just divide this by 10. 51 divided by 10 is like if I took my hidden decimal and moved it 1 time. That is 5.1 hours. Or if we're changing it to minutes, 1/10 of an hour is 60 minutes. So if you make of into the time symbol, it really is, and 60 into a fraction, that's 60 tenths or 6 minutes. So this ham needs to cook for 5 hours and 6 minutes. Now you need to work backwards. If that's the time it ends after 5 hours and 6 minutes, what time do you need to start at? There's 3/4 of a box of cereal remaining. You eat 2/5 of the remaining cereal. Of means times. What fraction do you eat? You are multiplying 3/4 times 2/5 and simplifying any final answer. Corey works for a landscaping company. On Tuesday, he fertilizes 4 lawns. He used 2 1/3 bags of fertilizer on each lawn. How much fertilizer did he use? So lawn 1 is 2 1/3. Lawn 2 is 2 1/3. Lawn 3 is 2 1/3. Lawn 4 is 2 1/3. It's definitely not 2 1/3. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. And 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is 4/3. But 4/3 can also be written as 1 1/3. All right, we're done with our homework.